Hey again, this is Manny, one of the producers of the channel. I just want to let you know that the episodes are now podcasts too. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, Audible, Pandora, and pretty much anywhere you listen. Same cozy stories, just easier to take on the go and with no ads. Just look us up by the same name, Deep Sleep Stories, and search for our logo. I'm also adding the links in the description below. Thank you so much for the support.
Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories, a gentle corner of calm crafted just for you. Take a moment now to settle into a soft, comfortable position. Let your eyelids grow heavy as you slowly inhale, then exhale, releasing any tension gathered in your body. Feel the subtle shift in the atmosphere around you, as though every breath hushes the world a little more. In this quiet, you can almost sense the hush of a moonlit forest, the soft rustle of nighttime breeze through an ancient canopy. Envision a hidden realm, an enchanted woodland where tiny lights dance in secret hollows. Tonight, you will visit the Hidden Firefly Hamlet, a secret nook where miniature wonders glow gently, where tree trunks murmur stories from long ago, and where a faint shimmer of magic fills the nighttime air. For a moment, let your worries drift into the distance, replaced by the warmth of glowing fireflies and the comfort of age-old branches overhead. Breathe in the quiet promise of rest and allow your thoughts to settle like leaf shadows on a still pond. Let the warmth of this calm place cradle you, guiding you to the threshold of a dream. You deserve this time to unravel the knots of the day and journey into a realm as tranquil as starlight on water. Soft moonbeams glide through towering oaks as a gentle figure named Cora wanders along the forest's edge. She wears a long cloak of moss-green fabric, woven with tiny sprigs of lavender along the hem, so delicate they almost look like living flowers. Her steps are unhurried, guided by an ancient sense of belonging. She has come here many times, each visit suffused with a reverent awe. Tonight, the forest greets her with a rustle of leaves and a low hum of nocturnal life. A single owl calls out in the distance, voice echoing like a faint bell, welcoming her into the dark's gentle embrace. The air smells of pine and distant rain, and wisps of fog drift around tree trunks, forming pale ribbons in the moonlit gloom. A calm hush pervades the atmosphere, inviting every traveler to step lightly, to allow the hush of night to guide each footstep. Cora's heart feels a serene anticipation, for hidden in this forest is a secret hamlet that glimmers with more than mere lanterns. She follows a winding path strewn with soft needles underfoot, noticing how they cushion every step. The path itself seems to glow faintly, sprinkled with luminous stones that catch the moonlight and reflect it gently, forming a trail of shimmering breadcrumbs. Each stone, smooth as a river pebble, bears a hidden symbol etched upon it. Those symbols, crafted long ago by woodland folk, seem to hold a silent wisdom, guiding any soul who is open to the forest's call. Cora has learned to trust these subtle signs, for they have never led her astray. Her footsteps are hushed, each movement measured so as not to disturb the small lives that flourish beneath the forest's eaves. Tiny creatures scurry in the underbrush, sensing her gentle presence. She hears a ripple of quiet acceptance in the dark. This place has held secrets for centuries, and she is simply another quiet pilgrim seeking solace beneath the stars. In a small clearing, bathed in silver moonlight, she pauses. The enormous trunk of an ancient oak stands like a silent sentinel, its branches stretched wide in a protective canopy. A cluster of moss-laden stones rests at its base, forming a natural seat. The stones are warm, as though the earth itself cradles them in a gentle embrace. Cora sits, allowing her body to rest against the smooth surface. She closes her eyes, feeling the tender pulse of the forest. There is a subtle energy here, something that binds leaf to root, wind to wing. It feels both old as the hills and fresh as dew. In that moment, she senses a twinkling presence among the branches overhead. Little sparks of light. Fireflies. They flit among the leaves, each one dancing gracefully, leaving faint arcs of luminescence behind. Their rhythm beckons her onward, deeper into the forest's secret heart. She rises from the stones, cloak trailing across a carpet of fallen leaves. Soft as a whisper, she steps off the main path onto a hidden trail, so narrow that it might be overlooked by a casual traveler. Yet Cora knows that beyond this quiet thoroughfare, an entire hamlet rests in stillness. A cluster of tiny huts and cottages, each alive with the glow of countless fireflies. The trail meanders around thick tree trunks, each draped in velvety moss. Occasionally, the hush is punctuated by the faint trill of a night bird, or the gentle rustle of a woodland creature peering out from a hollow log. High above, the moon lingers, veiled by drifting clouds that thin now and then, letting down beams of silver light to guide her way. She senses the gentle slope before she sees it. The path dips into a hollow, the air growing more humid and alive with earthy scents. Ferns, tall and dew-laden, brush against her legs. A quiet stream flows along the path, its waters glinting in the moonlight. Smooth stones at its bottom reflect watery patterns onto the nearby bank. Each ripple seems to hum in harmonious unity with the forest's chorus. As Cora follows the murmur of water, the glimmer of fireflies intensifies. They guide her like little lanterns, floating along in a gentle procession. Their presence is comforting, as though each glowing creature is a friendly companion, guiding her deeper into this hidden sanctuary. After a time of slow wandering, the shadows part to reveal a gentle clearing ringed by drooping willow trees. Long strands of silver-green leaves sway softly, forming a living curtain around a most extraordinary sight. Nestled in the center is a small settlement made entirely of natural materials and lit by the glow of innumerable fireflies. At first, it appears as a single dome of shimmering light. Then, through the drifting sparks, one can see each distinct structure. Huts fashioned from woven reeds, a central pavilion formed of bent branches, and little footpaths lined with smooth stones. The warm luminescence arises from friendly fireflies that hover near each door, gather along the rooftops, and drift lazily in the air, creating a near-constant glow that bathes the hamlet in soft, magical illumination. Cora steps into this wonder, her heart full of quiet gratitude. The hush of the village fills her ears with a lullaby of gentle wings and the hushed murmur of the flowing stream that continues into the hamlet. The dwellings themselves look as though they've grown from the land, gently curved walls blending seamlessly into the terrain. Soft green moss blankets the roofs, and delicate vines wrap around doorposts, their blossoms gently illuminated in the firefly glow. Everything here is calm, every corner shaped by respect for the natural world. Small windows, arched and framed in polished driftwood, reveal soft interiors lit by glowing orbs. Within those huts, subtle silhouettes move about in graceful rhythms, villagers who live in harmony with the creatures of the forest. A gentle caretaker named Elias appears at the threshold of one of the reed-woven cottages. He is an older man with hair the color of winter ash, a warm smile illuminating his kind face. Draped in a robe of leaf-green cloth, he moves with the measured ease of someone who has spent many years amid nature's gentlest secrets. He inclines his head in a wordless greeting, his eyes sparkling with recognition and welcome. Cora returns the silent greeting, her spirit soothed by the serenity that emanates from this hidden community. The two exchange a soft embrace of understanding. Here, in this hamlet, words are seldom rushed, and kindness threads through every interaction like a soft lullaby. A wooden bench, carved by careful hands, stands near the center of the settlement. Elias silently offers Cora a seat there. It overlooks a small reflective pool, the water still as polished glass. Around the pool, fireflies hover in a graceful dance, their reflections trembling across the water's surface. Everything about this place seems designed to invite rest, to coax the mind into ease. The bench itself is adorned with swirling patterns reminiscent of leaves in a gentle breeze. Cora runs her fingers over the carvings, noticing the smoothness of the workmanship and the stories hidden in each small curve. Elias settles beside her, letting the hush between them grow. In time, he points to the shimmering water. Beneath its surface, tiny fish drift lazily, catching the glow of the fireflies as they pass overhead. The tranquil motion of life beneath the water's surface mirrors the soothing rhythms of the hamlet. Breathing in that moment of stillness, Cora closes her eyes. She becomes aware of the gentle pulse of life, her own heartbeat, the swirl of water, the flicker of firefly wings, and the soft exhalations of the forest. All these elements align in a silent harmony. Before long, a faint music drifts through the clearing. At first, it's barely noticeable, a thin thread of sound woven by some distant flute. Yet, as the moments pass, it grows more audible, wrapping around the hamlet in lilting notes that seem to sparkle with the same quiet glow as the fireflies. The music invites soft exploration, and so Elias and Cora stand. They wander toward the source of this melody, following paths lit by little stepping stones. Each step feels like a ceremonial procession into deeper peace. The melody leads them to an open pavilion at the edge of the hamlet, where a circle of robed villagers sit among flickering lanterns made of polished shells. They play gentle instruments, wooden flutes, stringed lyres, softly chiming bells. In the midst of the pavilion, a dancer moves gracefully, her motions echoing the swaying of willow branches. She weaves among the scattered lanterns with such fluidity that her feet appear to skim the ground. Her garments flutter, reminiscent of wind-blown petals. The fireflies gather around her, forming a glowing halo, drawn as much by her quiet presence as by the music. Elias and Cora watch from a respectful distance, each note of the melody seeming to slow time. In that hush, the hamlet's breath is easy and unhurried, drifting between the tall trees and lingering in the moonlit sky. Gradually, the music softens. One by one, the instruments quiet, leaving only the subdued strum of a harp in the background. The dancer lowers her arms, and a collective hush falls over the pavilion. Even the fireflies seem to pause, as though to honor the last fading note in reverent silence. No applause breaks the moment, for this dance is a gift to the night, an offering to the spirit of rest and renewal that pervades these woods. When the dancer meets Cora's eyes, she offers a tender smile and a subtle bow, inviting her to share in the resonance of that peace. The circle of villagers gathers closer, forming a ring of quiet companionship around the dancer, the harpist, and the visitor who has ventured into their secret refuge. Drawing near, Cora senses that she has entered a space where hearts speak in hushed tones, with each gesture laced in kindness. Here, there is no clamor, no urgent demand. Life flows with the tempo of drifting clouds, inviting each soul to simply be, to exist within the gentle hum of nature's lullaby. An elder woman approaches, silver hair braided with fresh willow twigs, and offers Cora a small cup of fragrant tea brewed from forest herbs. The aroma is soothing. Lavender and a hint of chamomile swirl together, reminding Cora of warm nights by a hearth. She lifts the cup to her lips, letting the gentle warmth and taste lull her further into a peaceful reverie. Elias nods toward a quiet cluster of trees bordering the hamlet, beyond which stands an old library structure. Its domed roof is fashioned from polished timber, and the walls are woven with vines that bloom with pale flowers in the moonlight. Intrigued, Cora follows him across a winding footbridge that arches over the stream. The water below trickles softly, reflecting starlight. Her cloak catches the faint luminescence of the hamlet behind her, as though carrying a bit of firefly glow in its threads. Stepping inside the library is like entering a sacred grove. Books line the curved walls, each bound in soft cloth or pressed leaves. The air holds the faint scent of parchment and forest blossoms, as though stories and the wild had intermingled for countless ages. Elias gestures to a shelf containing volumes of the hamlet's lore. Delicate script on the spines beckons. Cora gently lifts one of the books, careful not to disrupt its fragile binding. The pages within show painted illustrations of fireflies, drifting in mesmerizing patterns, swirling around ancient symbols etched into the ground. Each image conveys a timeless hush, as though the entire hamlet exists in a pause between day and night. She sees sketches of villagers performing small acts of wonder, conversing with woodland creatures, coaxing seeds to sprout with a gentle song, gathering under moonlit boughs for midnight feasts of seasonal fruit. These are glimpses of a peaceful realm that thrives in harmony with the forest's rhythms. Elias offers a soft explanation. The hamlet's people believe that fireflies carry fragments of starlight, gifts from the cosmos to light the darkest hours. Over centuries, the villagers have learned to nurture these radiant helpers. In return, the fireflies bless the hamlet with an endless glow, so that no corner of the night need remain in shadow. The quiet caretaker's voice resonates like an echo of wind in hollowed bark, a reminder that true peace arises when one communes with the gentle forces of nature. Cora listens with gratitude, each word deepening her sense of belonging. After lingering over the painted pages, she returns the book to the shelf with reverent care. Together, she and Elias step outside once more. The hamlet's lights glow more softly now, as though in gradual transition to an even quieter hour. Some of the villagers have slipped into their huts, while a few remain on gentle strolls around the clearing. The low murmur of conversation ebbs and flows like a lullaby, blending seamlessly with the whisper of leaves overhead. The dancer from earlier has curled up near the reflective pool, her gaze lost in the starlit sky above. Fireflies drift around her in a dreamy swirl, forming small constellations of flickering gold in the otherwise dark space. Cora feels a tug of drowsiness, a sweet heaviness in her limbs that makes the bench beside the reflective pool seem ever more inviting. She glides over to it once again, nestling into its gentle curve. A pillow of soft, woven grasses rests upon the bench, placed there for wanderers needing rest. She lays it across her lap and settles in, letting her shoulders drop and her breath slow to a calm, steady pace. The hush around her grows deeper, as if the entire hamlet is exhaling in unison, sinking into a collective quiet. Elias drifts away, leaving Cora to the gentle guardianship of the forest. She closes her eyes, lulled by the soothing songs of insects hidden among the grasses and the soft hush of the wind in the willow branches. The fireflies continue their luminous ballet overhead, each tiny light a reminder of life's gentle wonders. Her mind drifts through images of starlit paths and glowing wings, of kind smiles and tender music. In the deep stillness, she recalls the forest's heartbeat and the sense that everything is connected in a grand tapestry of calm. The hush within the hamlet eases her deeper toward slumber, guided by the faint echoes of the flute's melody. Far across the clearing, the night sky opens wider, displaying countless stars winking through the thin veil of drifting clouds. It is as though each shimmering point of light echoes the fireflies below. Or perhaps the fireflies are a reflection of the celestial realm. In this place, distinctions between the earthly and the cosmic feel faint, and one can sense a subtle harmony bridging the heavens and the forest floor. The gentle hush is broken only by the occasional soft footstep from a villager tending to a lantern or stirring the coals in a hearth. Each sound is delicate, weaving into the hush rather than disrupting it. Cora's breathing becomes rhythmical. Her hands rest comfortably in her lap, and her eyelids grow heavy. For a moment, she drifts between wakefulness and slumber, aware of the faint rustle of leaves, the tranquil hush of the stream, and the luminous shimmer of the fireflies. In that space, she senses the presence of the forest watching over her, as if the ancient oaks, tall pines, and graceful willows stand guard with benevolent patience. The thought brings a wave of warmth that spreads from her heart to her fingertips. Every muscle in her body relaxes, sinking into the gentle cradle of the bench. As Cora's consciousness floats in that serene twilight, she is aware of the fireflies weaving patterns above. Each little glow seems to carry a silent blessing, a promise of sweet dreams and peaceful journeys. Slowly, she allows her thoughts to flow onward, letting any leftover concerns or distractions melt into the broader hush. This is a land where rest is sacred, where each creature, each tree, each patch of moss finds a natural rhythm of renewal beneath the star-flecked sky. She is simply following that rhythm, letting it carry her gently away. Time slips by in sweet emptiness. The hum of the forest ebbs and flows. A breeze moves through the clearing, setting willow leaves to rustle in a soothing lullaby. The soft tapestry of night envelops the hidden Firefly Hamlet, wrapping every cottage in darkness, relieved only by the glow of those friendly insects. Even the water in the pool reflects a faint golden shimmer, as if the entire village rests under a veil of starlight. Here, no grand gesture is needed, only the acceptance of peace and the slow exhalation of anything that might interfere with rest. Cora drifts nearer to dreams, feeling the gentle reassurance of the forest's age-old wisdom. At the hamlet's edge, the owls cease their calls, wings folding into feathery calm. The hush stretches on, so soft it seems to invite the entire world to sleep. In the stillness, a final lullaby from a distant harp floats through the trees, each note dissolving into the hush. Cora's senses weave that music into her drowsiness, carrying her to the threshold of slumber's door. The entire village breathes in a unified, harmonious cadence, so subtle it might be missed by an untrained ear. But to those who open their hearts to the calm, it is unmistakable, a gentle pulse that resonates with the deeper rhythms of the woodland. Finally, a tranquil quiet descends, taking hold of every living thing. In this lull, the glow of the fireflies becomes gentler, reflecting the universal call to rest. Cora's eyelids flutter, then close fully, lulled by the unwavering promise of replenishing dreams. The bench beneath her seems to rock her softly, as if it were crafted to cradle sleepers into perfect serenity. The night envelops her, weaving mild dreams through the tapestry of her thoughts. She surrenders happily, drifting into that sweet realm of slumber, where the lines between forest and imagination blur into shimmering images of moonlit pools, dancing lights, and comforting voices. Now let your own eyelids grow soft and heavy. Feel the subtle release in your brow, your cheeks, your shoulders. With each breath, let your muscles relax further, sinking into your bed or chair. Notice how the gentleness of the hidden Firefly Hamlet echoes around you, an unspoken invitation to let go of tension and rest. Sense the quiet hush that enveloped Cora, now wrapping around you, a warm blanket of calm. Inhale peace. Exhale any concern. Let your thoughts come and go like soft clouds across a night sky, drifting away until your inner landscape becomes tranquil and still. Allow your breathing to slow, matching the hushed rhythm of the forest in your mind's eye. Imagine the fireflies hovering gently at the corners of your awareness, their glow a soothing guide into a deeper layer of rest. Picture the silver moonlight pouring through a canopy of trees, illuminating a soft path that leads you further into relaxation. With each blink of those glowing insects, you feel your consciousness grow quieter, your body sinking into a realm where time flows more gently, stress dissolves, and sweet, nurturing sleep awaits. No need to hold on to any stray thought. Let them slip away like fireflies drifting into the distance. In this final moment of gentle wind down, you release any last fragments of busyness. Welcome in the profound softness of slumber, as the hush from this magical hamlet weaves a protective cocoon around your resting form. In this place, you are safe, supported, and utterly at ease. Let the quiet envelop you. Let your breathing become soft and steady, and allow sleep to gently find you, carrying you into a realm of serene dreams under a canopy of stars. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well, and let these gentle images of enchanted forests and twinkling lights guide you into a deep and peaceful rest. May the hush of the Hidden Firefly Hamlet comfort you through the night and greet you with renewed calm when you awaken. Sleep softly now. All is well. All is at peace.